If you're any kind of beginner or advanced artist, then stay with me because this video can be very important for you too. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I was on Instagram for 30 days, actively and purposefully posting every single day, and how I gained 500,000 views on my Instagram account in those 30 days. So you can do the same, and I'm going to show you how. Answering some questions on when to post, what to post, and what preparations to do to even start. I know social media can be very demanding of you as an artist, and I experienced that too, but I promise we can make it work. 30 days ago, I was exactly where you are, right at the start, so I'm gonna take you on my journey and show you everything I learned. And please don't make the same mistakes I did. This video is gonna be very informative, there's a lot of things to talk about, so stay with me and watch till the end. So guys, the first very important point I'm gonna share with you is, what is the purpose of starting a social media account as an artist? So let's go back in time. I started my Instagram channel not 30 days ago, but a few years ago actually. And I started posting my artwork here and there. And my audience at the beginning were obviously my friends and family. As I was thinking about growing my account, I was like, but I don't want to follow trends. I want to be authentic. I want to post the things that are my very own and that inspire me. But let's be real, we're past this point by now. We want to grow our social media account because this can open a lot of doors for us as artists and designers that you didn't expect before. Especially if you're a freelancer and want to find clients or companies to work with, they will find you on social media first. And I promise you it is possible to be trend aware and at the same time stay authentic to yourself and to your art and designs. It's very important that you find your own purpose, why you want to even grow your social media. For you, it could be just getting famous, earning money, It's valid reasons, I'm not judging. And why it's important to have a purpose is that it can be hard to maintain a social media account for long. But if I want to stay true to my purpose, I'm gonna go through with it, okay? Find your own purpose. Next, what is your niche? So you don't have to have a certain niche at the beginning. I suppose if you're an artist and designer, your first niche is gonna be design and art, sure. But if you don't want to pick a certain niche from the beginning, at least be aware of all the niches that exist. Why is this important? Because if you figure out your niche, you figured out your audience that is going to follow you, which I will be talking about in a moment. But first, what niches are there even? So in the design and art business, there's a lot of niches like photography, DJing, graphic design,
oil painting, classical painting, anime, there's so many.
But there's more to it, and I would suggest you, not at the start, but if you're a bit further into your account, figure out a sub-niche. So for example, if you're a DJ and you make music, what genre is your music, right? If you're into graphic design, maybe you're into minimal graphic design, and maybe you're into creating minimalistic stickers that are cute. Or if you're a photographer, maybe you're very into nature photography, and then your sub-niche can be that you're a nature photographer that wants to educate people on the wildlife in European forests. Think about this. The niche or sub-niche plus your style makes you as an individual on social media. This is how you can preserve your own self on the platform. So let's talk about the audience. For you, it is very important to figure out what kind of persons are your target audience. Why is this important? If the right people follow you and see your content, they are more likely to share your content because it's their interests. And you want the people to interact with your content, to share your content, and to follow you to see more of you. Such as the niches, the art community on Instagram has many, many different audiences too. So I want you to figure out not just what's my audience in general, but what's a specific person, they call it persona, that represents my audience. For example, is this person more cutesy artsy? Is it more emo goth? Is it more tech interested or more modern and minimalistic? What is their age? What is their ethnicity maybe? What are their interests outside of social media? What social status do they have? How do they feel about themselves? If you imagine your audience like a persona, you can act like you're making content for a specific person, like a friend kind of, right? And you want this one person to love your content. I know it sounds all very overwhelming and it is a lot to know. And of course you could skip back and write down all the questions, but if you want to save yourself a lot of time and effort, I have something for you in my video description, which is a bullet point list of all the questions to find out who's your audience and your persona. You will find the link in the description and the download is free. So one more very personal tip to figure out who's your audience, and that it worked really well for me at the beginning. Whenever a new person followed me, I would go to their account and check out their bio or their posts to see what kind of person is it. So when I checked out further accounts, I was like, oh, they have this and this in common. So I could put this in my ideal audience list, right? Another side note, a little tip of mine, is that you can define your audience too by defining yourself and your own characteristics that you at least represent in your videos. I take myself as an example. My videos are quite lighthearted, they're energetic, they're happy. I can take this as a reference to figure out what kind of people like that content. And out of that, I take the audience that I attract with it. So next, getting your bio ready. Don't overthink this at the beginning, but there are some important things to look out for. If someone comes to your profile and has never seen you before, they want to know what you offer and why they should follow you. So you should make your bio more about your audience than about you. For example, you won't say, oh, I'm an artist, I love doing this and this, I'm from there and there. Nah, nobody wants to know this in the first place. The audience wants to know why to follow you. So you put things like tips for artists or speed art and commentary, so the person instantly knows what you provide when they go to your profile, right? Okay, so you did everything to prepare before, you set up your bio, you figured out what's your target audience and everything. So now the serious part begins, the posting. Where should you start? The very first thing is that Instagram needs to figure out who are you even, and in what niche can they put you? I would suggest always for anyone to not mix your personal account with your new creator account, because that will just confuse every new audience coming to your profile and also confuse the Instagram algorithm. He's doing art and oh, a dog picture and a family picture. Oh, and it's art again. So the easiest way to fix it, if you don't want to delete all your old pictures, create a new account. Start from zero. Even though it looks a bit scary that you start with 0 followers and 0 everything, just start from the beginning and you can make a fresh setup. So my second advice, and this is I think where the most people are struggling, don't overthink it at the beginning, because nobody will see your first videos and reels and posts. Nobody. You should not care at all. What is important is how you posted them. I'm gonna tell you why. Instagram is not a person who can see your videos and judge subjectively on that. So they need specific keywords and hashtags to categorize you. Don't leave your captions empty. That is a huge mistake as well. Use keywords in your captions that are fitting to your niche, or at least what you think could be your niche. I'm a 3D motion artist, right? I do illustration as well sometimes. If I post a 3D artwork, I'd use hashtag Blender 3D, hashtag 3D artwork, hashtag digital art. Don't overthink that as well. I put like 5 to 15 hashtags maybe, and it's enough. So Instagram knows where to put you. And please do me the favor at the beginning, don't overthink your content, just start posting. Post some older artworks of you if you don't feel like posting the new ones. If you come up with some idea for a reel or a post, just post it, you don't have to be the greatest master from the beginning. Nobody ever was. So you set up your profile, you set up your bio, you're ready to start through and to keep growing. But how do we actually do that? This is the most important part, and it still is a very recent topic for the Instagram community. Make reels. I swear it's working. This is the key how to reach new accounts, because Instagram is still pushing it. I know it's crazy and we hate being trendy, but we need to follow some kind of rule work to achieve what we want. So we can make it work in our favor, and I'm gonna show you how. So you won't like what I'm saying now, but follow some trends at the beginning that are specific to your niche to, again, make Instagram know what niche you're in. It took me about 14 days to get viral with my first reel, and that took off and got, I think, over 100,000 views. So it was working. Also, it was a strongly inspired format, but you can at least try to get into the flow of creating the reels at the beginning. As you get more practice, you will come up with your own things and to find your own way a lot easier, I swear. And with that, I found the ultimate hack to get my reels going and to make a lot of views with them. So make trendy videos and then change it up with your own content and keep it as a good mix. People would watch my trendy reels and then go back to my other videos and like those. So they took off a few days after. And with my own content, I mean posting my own art, right? You can show off your art, but do it purposefully. So next question, when to post? This maybe goes against a lot of other YouTubers that I watched, but I tell you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when you post, because if your content is good, it will take off no matter when. And how often should you post? So there I can agree with a lot of YouTubers. I would say try every day. Okay, if you cannot sustain every day, maybe do 5 times a week. Shove it in their faces, make the people see your reels and your face or your art all over to make them notice you and come back to your profile and keep them active. But you still have to figure it out for yourself what you can maintain and what's realistic for you, because you don't want to be stressed over it. It should still be a fun process. So with all that being said, my most important takeaway of this whole thing, right? Just start. Before you care about your bio or your audience or anything, just start posting. Just get some practice. For myself, starting was the hardest part of it all, but maintaining it was the easiest. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm not a superhuman too. But with the social media, I noticed there are so many opportunities coming to you. If you just get out there and share your content with people, it is truly amazing. And remember, people judge less about you than you think. As soon as you posted your first reel or your first post, it's not as bad as you think. You will get used to it. I can tell you from me as an artist, I want to hear your artist voice. Every single one of you. If you're an artist and you started posting regularly because of me, link your channel in the comments and I will go to your profile and like your post and share it. I promise. This is a promise. Stay motivated, stay creative. And remember guys, to download my bullet point list to figure out who is your perfect audience persona. If you want me to talk about more of the topics in detail, because I could only scratch some, there's so much to talk about, then leave me a comment. I would be very happy if you liked this video and subscribe for more art and design content.